What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Elevator Life.
Yeah, guys, good to see you at the end of the week over here, but we're ready to film a good episode over here.
Yeah, it's been a long day. Started with a wine tasting at 8:30 in the morning.
We were a little late, got there at 9.
Yeah, but then the other guest showed up in 10. Typical Chinese fashion.
Typical Chinese fashion.
Yeah.
I remember we were at the door. I was like, "Hey, we're gonna be late." He's like, "Yeah, but they'll be later."
Yeah, and they were much later.
We beat some of the people setting up the event, and we were half an hour late.
The person who invited us was an hour later than we were. But anyways, Chinatown. Back to the topic at hand. We're jumping back into this Business in China series.
Yes.
Kind of taking you all the way from idea to finished business started on the ground, and what it will take. And so far we've gotten you to China. You've decided to make the decision to move to China. You're here. Now what do you want to do?
Yeah, the best thing about this series is we're keeping it basic. We're keeping it super basic for all those people that are thinking, they're on tiptoeing the line if they want to get here, if they want to do business in China, what it will all entail. Like he said, last time we made you buy a flight. So you're coming to China, but we realized you don't necessarily know what. But before you can determine what or where, before you can determine where you're going, we need to talk about what you're going to do here. There's multiple businesses that you can do, obviously, that you could set up here in China, tons of opportunities, but for our sake, in a simple Business in China series, we're going to keep it down to 3 parts: import, export, food and beverage, and the online entrepreneurship route.
Yeah, as he just said, opportunities, and we always talk about, they're everywhere. They'll come at you from every direction. Every day you're getting offered to do something that you couldn't even imagine you to be doing. Like, we'll share that story with us later. But again, if you don't have that focus on one direction, you're just going to be not making any progress anywhere.
Exactly. So, and we got to keep it simple. Yeah. So, you're thinking about coming to China. One of the first businesses that you should think about, obviously, that everyone thinks about, is import-export. We just had a mastermind call on this subject. What does import-export entail? And we want to more stick to the exporting side, exporting from China back to different countries, not necessarily your home country, but worldwide, maybe South America, maybe Central America. So what is that? Building a business, building a sourcing business, an exporting, manufacturing business, what does that entail? What is it like to work as a sourcer here in China? And that's what we're going to discuss.
Yeah, it's one of those businesses you can get here and you really can get started very quickly, that week, adjust, and then start looking for clients, start searching for factories, and seeing how you can make steps to actually start doing real business.
Yeah, the best thing about this is it's a hustler's business. It's on your shoulders. How many clients can you get? How fast can you move things along? And how much do you want to work? How much do you want on your shoulders? That's what exporting is all about.
Yeah.
First off, exporting in. We were talking to some exporters. Well, we do a lot, but we were talking to some exporters yesterday, and they said the holy question in their world is, how do you get more clients? Yeah. And that's why it's a hustler's game. The hustlers are getting the more clients. Where do clients come from? They come from your network. They come from family and friends. And then they come from the hustler zones, and we like to call that, you're getting on forums. Okay, you're reaching out to every single person that you can reach out to, inquiring where you can inquire, and reaching out into all those deep areas to find more clients.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at what your close friends and family network even has in regards to someone's uncle owns a restaurant. We use the example all the time. Someone's uncle needs new silverware. Someone owns a warehousing or like a factory, and they want like tools. You can.
Someone owns a winery. They want wine bottles.
Exactly. It's really endless. Everybody always needs something for their business, and you'd be surprised how many small, medium, or big business owners or even someone in the hotel industry. You're connected to them, and they need a new supply of linens. You can go find that here in China. It's really endless. Things you would never think you'll be doing, you end up getting a call for, and you end up in those factories. And like you said, it all depends on how many clients do you want, how hard do you want to work, how hard are you going to pursue it? Because how many friends do you have on Facebook? How many people do you have following you on Instagram? All of these are potential customers if you hit the pavement and you just make those sales calls, got to cold call it. And the forum idea was also excellent because it doesn't have to, tons of people are doing it back to America who are much more experienced than we are, but maybe someone's going to Panama, someone's going to Colombia, could really be going anywhere, depends where your connections are.
So, being in the sourcing game, being in the export game, what are you doing? Well, really, you're fulfilling orders from clients around the world, overseeing the manufacturing process, you're doing the quality control, you're handling all that, and then you're shipping them back the goods. That's essentially what you're doing as a sourcer. So what does the job of a sourcer entail? What does your life look like? Well, it really depends on how busy you are, okay? You're going to be spending time checking out new factories. You're going to be creating new factory lists, going and inspecting, getting price quotes on the different material or the different products that you're looking for, and then you're going to be handling the manufacturing process. You're going to be overseeing, you're going to be doing the quality control, everything up until the product is acceptable for the client, okay? You're going to be overseeing everything. There's going to be design elements in there. There's a whole lot of things.
Yeah, one thing I want to also mention, so it's going to depend on what kind of source you want to be as well. Do you want to be the, I can get you the best deal sourcing agent, or do you want to be the, I can guarantee my work kind of sourcing agent? Because we know both. We know the people who can maybe ship to developing markets, so the quality of the goods don't have to be the best. It's all about price. But then we have sourcers who ship to the developed markets, and their products have to have 1% to 2% error rate, as low as it can be, and they're willing to pay the premium up front for these services to make sure, hey, I know when I get these goods, they'll be good quality, and you're not going to mess around with me. It's worth the price.
Yeah. So let's talk about, now that we know what it entails, what your life is going to look like. Obviously, the more busy you are, the better. You're going to be working with translators. The translators will take you to the factories. They will do the communication with the factories, but you'll be there all the time with them. As you grow, you'll hire on more staff, more assistants. Going forward with that, what are the benefits of doing this? The benefits of being an exporter, being in the sourcing game is you can get in, start that business right away. Okay, you don't need to set up businesses here in China. You don't need to go through all those hoops, all the red tapes of importing here in China. And you don't need a lot of capital to start. All you need to really get out there is your first client. That's why we love this business for beginning entrepreneurs that are just looking for something to get into. The sourcing game is one that has a lot of benefits for someone that just doesn't have that experience and is looking for a way to get to China, to make some money, and to get their business momentum going.
Yeah, it's all about when you start out, as all the sourcers have said, at first, anybody who could be your client, you'll take on. And you'll take anybody and everybody, whatever they want, you say you can find it. That's great. But now, then you hit that certain tipping point where you start being selective about the clients, you're charging the retainers. So
you're trying to get deeper into an industry.
Yeah, so then they know you're serious about it. You have that niche. You are the napkin guy. Everybody that comes to you to get napkins at a better quality, better price ratio. That could be you, but again, you just have to start it out and build your clientele list. And it's not one of those get rich quick schemes. It's definitely one of those, all right, I just have to dig in lots of times at factories, a lot of travel time. More often than not, the trains, the buses, the subways, whatever, you're going to be going to a lot of the developing areas and kind of underdeveloped parts of town to where the factories will be. It's no wine business. You're not in hotels or at nice restaurants. No, this is a very hard-working, long hour days in factories.
But it's exciting. I mean, you're traveling, things are always happening, and it's a worldwide business. The potential's big, depending on your hustle. I liked where he was going with that. What happens if I do get in the sourcing game? Where does the path go? Like you said, a lot of successful people, they niche down into certain niches and go vertically, go deeper. They become known and they are contacted about certain items. Okay. Or what's happening a lot now is people that are in the sourcing game, they move on into the next level, which is manufacturing their own products. And that is something that we'll talk about on a different episode. But a lot of the sourcing leads into manufacturing of your own products. You're designing things, having them manufactured, and you're really stepping your game up.
Yeah, so the point of this episode is to really say, I mean, as a sourcer, you're just developing and becoming better, becoming an entrepreneur, and then seeing how things are made, seeing how things run here, and then before you know it, it's going to be time that you take a crack at running it yourself, running your own business, your own brands, and seeing if you can build that into a much larger business.
Exactly. So I think that's all for exporting, sourcing. After this, we'll be talking about doing an episode on importing. We'll be doing an episode on the online space here in China, and so on. So you can really get a grasp of the opportunities that are available here and what will fit you best.
Yeah, we want you guys, we say there's all these opportunities, and now we're telling you what you can do today, how you can get started, and what's the best route. So hopefully you guys see a lot of value in this. For everybody who's thinking about coming over, can watch these episodes and see, okay, this is how it's going to go.
Alright guys, that's it for us. Cheers. If you're really serious about doing business in China, check out our inner circle over at interchina.co. That's where all the people that are doing business in China, that are serious about making it in China, hang out. So check it out.
Yeah, cheers everyone.